Hey, it's Mariah May. You may know me as The Glamour, and you're watching Unpopular Review.
I was gonna make it big.
Hi guys, happy. Uh-oh. I mean, it's a killer song. I'm not complaining. Yes. Well, awesome. It is a new year, guys, and it is the AEW All Elite Women with Friends. And our friend is the one and only AEW biggest fan, Big Daddy Cool.
That's right.
Joining
Well,
us. So,
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Pleasure to be here.
Is it?
It is. I can't wait. You know, my New Year's resolution, only for you two,
Thank you.
would I break my New Year's resolution almost 22 hours into the new year. My New Year's resolution was to not let garbage into my life. And here you had me watch AEW. And I've already broken my resolution.
You know what? It's because you wanted to support us, and we appreciate
That's right.
that.
Oh, we didn't have you watch it. You wanted to watch it. It's like a you like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? Like don't do it, okay?
Well, you know what? It is called the Fight for the. What was it called exactly?
Fight for the Fallen.
Fight
for
the Fallen.
Yeah.
And,
Fight for the Fallen. They had a lot of first responders there.
Yes.
Only AEW would give away a bunch of tickets to first responders and leave Asheville, North Carolina with no first responders.
Fair. Well, you know what?
I see
In Asheville's defense, they have not been in any emergency situation like the hurricane that they are fighting for in many years. If you guys don't know it, I am from North Carolina. I am from Charlotte. I am based in Charlotte. It would have taken me, because of that hurricane and the Blue Ridge Parkway being closed, still to this day, it would have taken me just as long to get to Asheville as it would be to Orlando.
Wow.
So yes, it's going to be many years until they get that area back up to running capacity. There is still mud, and it's just absolutely devastating area right now.
I've got some family out there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's devastating. But
the only reason I'm happy today is because the new music said that, I'm so excited, so I have to be excited. So
what was that about? Like, I don't usually watch AEW. Is that usually how it starts?
No. That was totally, I guess, because it's I think that was the thing they did for New Year's Day. And also it was the first time they're on HBO Max. So it's like, you guys should be very excited. Also, it's Fight for the Fallen. And there are no first responders on the street, which means that there's no emergencies. So
no emergencies.
We're so excited.
Oh my gosh. But they did give lots of money in response. So I'm very thankful for my state. But on Saturday, they will be moving towards Charlotte. They will be in my hometown. And so I will be at the Collision show. So I was at the pay-per-view last week. I'm going to be at the Collision show this weekend. So I will let you guys know how that goes. But you know what? Tonight we are talking about Dynamite, and we start the night off with Hangman and Orange Cassidy. Yep, we're waiting for it. Big Daddy Cool. This
Orange
is why
Julius.
we have you on here.
I can't believe that they started this show with these two idiots. Like,
yeah.
Actually, we got some promos before that, but
that's right. Thank you. Yeah, we got Okada walking to the arena. You know how executive consultant loves that. So we had Okada walking around backstage. By the way, throughout this entire night, nobody has a locker room in AEW. Tony Khan must have a lot of money, but he has no locker room money because nobody, not the AEW World Champion Moxley, he does a promo 2 minutes into the New Year's show here on Dynamite from a hallway. It's him, Marina Shafir, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Uterus in a hallway, and they're in a hallway. MJF is in a hallway later. MJF is in a boiler room. I don't know where he's at. Edge. Cope. We'll get to that. Cope is in the hallway too. Everybody's in the hallway. Like what is going on?
Well, if you let Mariah May tell it, Mercedes Moné has her own room. So much so that no one ever sees her until she comes out. So I guess right. she's the only one.
I'm sure. Yeah. She's glamour. Yeah, what do you expect? Before that, we had the Death Riders,
and then Rated FTR also spoke because this is their home state, and they wanted to speak for Fight for the Fallen. So that was right before. But the opening match was Orange Cassidy and Hangman.
Yes. No, you're right. We did have FTR.
Hangman. What's the build up to this?
Well, the thing is actually Joffrey. That is apparently his name now, but we'll get to that.
That might be his name now, Sheriff. But you know what? Joffrey corrected us the other day because I asked him on a show. He's Jeffrey, not Joffrey. So I'm just.
Oh, sorry.
He is Jeffrey. Yes,
that's right.
Sorry. Oh, I said sorry. Sorry. I said Joffrey. It's Jeffrey. Sorry.
There you go.
Well, we love all our viewers. We love that you guys love to comment. It keeps our show going, so we appreciate that.
That's right.
But yes, we had FTR, who is from Asheville, North Carolina, come out. They are opening the show with the one and only, what's his name?
Cope.
Yeah.
Rated R Cope is what he referred to himself to. What did he refer to himself? I guess when he broke his feet, he also broke his name. I don't understand why he came back and he's like,
he had to cope with.
I'm Cope.
He had to cope with the loss. Exactly.
Was it like too many Adams? I'm just Cope now.
That's very true.
Last person to watch it.
It does give you that extra push and Tony Khan's list if your name is Adam. Because it's not using enough.
I really don't think Tony Khan is booking anything. I don't think he's paying attention during football season. I got the feeling watching this, no one's running the show. The inmates are running the asylum.
Wait, what?
I get the feeling that Tony Khan is not booking anything in AEW.
Well, the thing is, they have a booking team, so it's not just him. That hasn't been the case.
He's the head of creativity. Is he not?
Yeah, he's the head of creative. He actually, I think he did the media scrum for World's End. He said, I'm still head of creative.
Well, speaking of that, I didn't even know Tony Khan showed up to that pay-per-view until, shout out to Nico, when he posted the media because he was a special guest there. And I was like, what? Tony Khan actually was there? Because normally when you have a Dynamite or any other show, he comes out and opens the show. He'll come out and talk to you. And
almost even Ring of Honor, he'll come out in the beginning and speak to the crowd. So
right. And he did not do that at World's End. And so that's why I was shocked. But whatever. I didn't know. It's football.
He's checked out.
He took a day off. He was not a first responder that day. He never misses. I wish he would. He's a workaholic, it seems. But
going back to this first match, this is between Hangman Page and Orange Cassidy. Mm-hmm. This is all spinning off of the pay-per-view where you had both of them part of the ending main event where they had to fight Mox. So I don't know why they decided these two had the biggest beef.
Sorry.
Yeah. What?
I was reacting to Charmaine. Ding dong, you wrong, Charmaine.
Ding dong.
Yeah. I like that Orange Julius.
Mm-hmm.
He came out and he wasn't, just his regular pocket self, although he had some sloth-like moments in the ring. But he looked good. He looked, like a wrestler. If I was just tuning in for the first time, I'd be like, okay, that's an athletic individual. And then this other guy it looks like a complete drunkard. So he came out stumbling out of a bar.
Oh, Hangman Page? Yes. Yeah,
And
but Weston,
But Orange Cassidy has been wrestling for a long time.
he
He's
has been wrestling
like,
for a long time, but
I mean, like outside of the lazy stuff, he's actually been putting on like actual matches for like probably over a year.
yeah.
Well, I found it debatable that they put these two together to start the show. If like nobody knew any better, like why wouldn't you start with like some ex-WWE guys that like have some name recognition instead of these two guys? Like I get it, they're
Orange Cassidy.
Let's be real. Y'all would have complained about that too anyway.
I'm going to complain about anything. Let's be real. So
yeah.
But,
long story short, Hangman Page hit the buckshot and literally laid Orange Cassidy out.
Hold on. You're burying the lead here, Katie.
I know.
This man, Orange Cassidy, did not one, not two, but three, right? It was a 3 or was it 4? 3 Orange Julius punches or whatever he calls it. Orange punch, orange slice. What's his finishing move?
The squeeze? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He does 3 finishing moves on this man. The man just
spikes
up right back up and then does his buckshot and lays him out. One shot.
One shot just takes him out. That
Both
man
of
did
you
not
ladies,
get back
explain to me how Orange Julius is not buried right now.
Because I don't know.
No, you go Cactus, Katie.
I was just gonna say because Tony Khan just gives him this like shot of what is it they used to give athletes?
Steroids?
No, not steroids. The afterwards
Red Bull?
to make them feel better. Basically, Red Bull. But yeah, they keep bringing him back from the dead.
Orange juice Red Bull?
Like how I get it. Like Roman Reigns is like twice the size of Orange Julius. But
Thank you, Chris. What are we even talking about? This must be a good show.
This is the finishing move of the biggest name in the industry right now, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has a Superman punch.
Yes.
Earlier in the match, Orange Cassidy does a stunner on this guy, and he rolls out of the ring, springs right back up, and then beats up Orange Cassidy. No sells it. Like, this is why I have a problem with AEW.
There was
like,
multiple.
I can't believe that you would denigrate, Roman Reigns' like finisher. Like, I can't believe that. That's our tribal chief. We should be bowing down and praising everything.
Thank you,
we
Sheriff.
In the big year of 2025, we should be acknowledging our tribal chief. Even on the show that he has nothing to do with. We should be acknowledging our tribal chief.
All the time, Sheriff. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that. Thank you.
Listen, man, that's my New Year's resolution, to acknowledge our tribal chief. No, absolutely not, Chris. Sorry. He's not the true tribal chief. He might have the chilies right now, but he's not the true tribal chief.
Aww.
What's our next? What happened?
Well, like I said, Hangman went after and defeated Orange Cassidy. It was an okay match. It was not the opener that I would have expected. I know, I see it. Thank you, Charmaine. Love ya. And, after that, we have Jay White and a little promo. It was okay. Jay White's they're all kind of scudsy. Okay? Am I not the only one?
They all look alike. Thank you.
What's scudgy?
They all look like riffraff. Like
riffraff. No, Jay White is clean cut.
Sheriff. Jay White ran into the ring at the end of the main event, and neither Shivani nor Excalibur knew who the fuck that riffraff bum was. They were like, Sami Zayn?
Oh my God, Sami. No, at least let's keep with the same
greasy bum from the back it was that was running into the ring.
I have a hard time with that.
Jay White ran into the ring and nobody said nothing. And I'm like, oh my God, this fucking show tonight fucking worked me up. They do this wide shot. I'm watching on my phone because I got other shit to do around my house. And they got this wide shot. Almost the entire time is this wide shot of the whole ring. And they cut from Moxley and Cope outside on the the announcer's table. And then they cut into this random guy that runs in, and it's too fucking far for me to see from my phone. And I'm like, who's this bum? Is this like some of Asheville's EMTs running in? Like, what is going on? I don't understand. Shivani doesn't know. He doesn't say anything. Excalibur's got mumble mouth. He can't say anything. I don't know. And then I finally figure it out. I zoom enough. I go like this.
Because he knows he has to talk about this later. So
don't worry. I'll get worked up more later.
Oh my God.
Well,
Jay White.
We'll see Jay White again a little bit later.
We'll see him later. But at the next match we have, because we got a lot to talk about tonight, guys. We are going to try to get to the pay-per-view after the news. So moving forward, we have the Acclaim versus MVP's Bad Boys, Benjamin and Bobby Lashley. And they call themselves the Hurt Syndicate. Sorry, I'm trying to read this.
Can I say something about their entrance music? It sounds like music being played backwards.
Fair.
Like, what's the words of the song? Like,
listen, Missy Elliott takes offense to that. Okay?
We like. That's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like, like if you're playing a record backwards. We hurt people. Thank you, Chris. We hurt people.
Oh, wait. Is this because I messed up a word already?
Yes.
Shocker.
Syndicate. But
Syndicate. Yeah, no. Okay. But you know what?
I like the Hurt Syndicate's music, but
it goes hard. Where? What club? What club has that gone hard?
The club of AEW. The same club where I'm so excited goes hard. Okay.
Oh my God.
That's what we're jamming on a late night, all right?
A week, Sheriff. You've been warned. But okay, so we have the Acclaim that can't even get their shit together enough to figure out how to wrestle. So instead of actually performing, who was that? Was it Lashley? No. Lashley decides to take them both out. Bye.
Yeah.
I'll make this choice for you very easily.
Oh yeah. They couldn't decide who to start the match. Yeah,
exactly. So Bobby Lashley said, "Let me do you a favor and just take you both out." But you know what? It goes back and forth, and it's really sad because the Acclaim just looked like little baby wimps.
They did.
They're comedy characters right now. But I think
they're comedy characters.
Like, I gave Max Caster a business card because to be honest, he just handed that out to everybody black. Like he walked in the company and was like, "Here's my card."
Did he give it to the black referee too? He's like, "Here you go."
The rest like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" There was a black fan in the crowd. He's like, "Here you go," but he's like, "Oh, he took too long." So
this was a well-wrestled match, though. I will say this. Watching the no selling and the failed registering of the first match, at least this happened, and everybody look legit.
He's old as
I mean, it was comical. It was a typical pro wrestling AEW match. Okay, let's give
Smoke Dizza. Smoke Dizza sounds like a strain. I don't know. You could ask me top 5 Smoke Dizza songs, and I'll tell you absolutely none of them.
Yeah, right.
Smoke
No.
Dizza. Chris is cracking up, by the way, backstage. He's laughing He's just laughing his head off.
He's been giggling a lot back
Smoke Dizza.
Oh, he's been waiting for this episode for a long time. He's just
looking at memes. He's scrolling through memes.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yes, we have the Hurt Syndicate defeating the Acclaim, and it was an okay match. Yeah. Mm-mm.
It was good. It did what it needed to do. Lashley looked strong. Everybody looks strong.
I mean, they're under the MVP. They're not gonna not look good. At least for now, until something happens and they turn on each other. Because that usually is what happens. But after that, we have Swerve talking, and then we have the women representing, which is Jamie Hayter and Julia Hart. Finally, Julia Hart comes back, and these two women, they've been promoting this for quite a few weeks now. It is these comments are just cracking me up, but Hart kind of this.
Hold on, before we starts a run of the next 3 matches is just nothing but run-ins and clusterfucks and schmazes.
I mean, the next 3 matches?
Yeah, the next 3 matches are we'll get to it. I'm gonna check them off for you because none of them had a clean finish after this.
I can think. Wait, I was gonna say I can think of a match that comes up that didn't have a run-in, but
that was all 3 matches after this match, the Jamie Hayter match. But Jamie Hayter was supposed to be on the come up, right? Like
they brought her in,
right? Yeah. She's on the come up. She was supposed to be like the next big thing. Then she gets injured. She's out for what? Was it a year?
It was like a year.
Yeah.
She was out for a very long time.
So this is like one of her first matches back. Am I correct?
Pretty much.
Well, no, she feuded with Saraya when she returned.
Yes,
but she won that.
That was like 2 months.
She won that feud, yeah.
So here they have Julia Hart.
And also, Julia Hart was also the champion. Then she got injured. She had to drop the title as well.
But Julia Hart is also on the come up, right? Like,
correct.
This was her return match. This was
was her big pop night.
So they both are coming off of long injuries, actually. But this is Julia's first match back.
So Julia has to win. Why feed Jamie Hayter to her? Now, I know we can argue about whether she was fed or not fed because the finish was flunky.
She wasn't fed.
You don't think so?
No, Katie, I think they're working on a story.
I think they've been promoting this for a couple weeks now. I think they thought this was going to be a much bigger match than it ended up being. They wanted it to be a bigger match. Let's put it this way. I don't like when they throw too much into it. Let the people wrestle and stop dictating it so much. You can tell when it's being messed with. And so I was a little disappointed because you get so built up to it, and then something cheesy like that happens, and it's just like, ugh, why?
That's Julia's character. She does that. And so basically, before she got injured, she was with Sky Blue, who's unfortunately injured now as well. Everybody getting injured out here. Damn, it's a bitch. But basically, she sprayed the mist at Sky.
Well, she brings the arrow in. Wait, she brings the arrow in, and that distracts
the ref.
And I'm trying to even come up.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, Chris.
Yeah, and then you just hear the sound effect, okay? And it literally, I'm like, what was that? It didn't even make sense.
The sound effect of what?
Of the mist.
Yeah, so basically that's the mist that like turned Julia into what she is. That's also the mist that changed Sky Blue. And so I guess they did the mist with Jamie Hayter. And so either Hayter is going to immediately align herself with Julia, or they'll do a series where she beats Julia, and then Julia will maybe beat her again, and then they team up. I don't know, but moral of the story is she didn't. This is
not Narnia, Sheriff. This is not Narnia.
Takes into this is not Narnia.
So you're telling me that the point of the story is that she got misted, loses the match. Jamie Hayter gets misted, loses the match.
You might as well just given her a roofie at that point.
Sorry, Steve, go ahead. But this bit, I was like, I can't even think about that.
She missed her. She missed her, and then she loses the match. 1, 2, 3. So you're saying she's gonna turn and side with House of Black. I'm gonna call her House of Black Julia Hart because that's what the Chiron said. It said House of Black Julia Hart.
Yeah,
like when Rhea Ripley used to come out with the
This was her.
Oh my god.
So the mist typically changes them. So it's my guess that
Judgment Day.
Thank you.
What about
Judgment Day is Rhea Ripley. Thank you.
What about Rhea?
No, I was just making fun of the fact that like on the Chiron, it's like House of Black, Julia Hart. Like
Oh, I see.
nobody mentions like Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley. Nobody, it's not like a full name of
Generation X, Triple H.
right.
Well,
But yeah, so I
Okay.
actually, me personally, this was one of the matches that I was looking forward to the most.
I know everybody
Mainly
was built up
because
to this.
I needed to see Charmaine.
Jamie
Well,
Hayter.
I never. Anyways,
You're gonna end up having a fight. What's his name? Who said that Jamie Hayter was hot? Oh, here we go. Oh no, Julia Hart is hot.
oh, that was her.
That
It
was
was
yeah.
the same person.
Just because I think that because Jamie Hayter's a really good worker in the ring, Julia Hart to me is still a bit unproven, and she was coming off a year of being like injured. So I was interested to see how she was going to be able to work and get around, especially with ring rest and stuff.
She's a little
I thought-
green. Julia
Still,
Hart.
her character work is way up there,
Right.
but she needs to get the reps in the ring for it to.
I
She
think her
needs more
presentation
time.
is really solid.
She needs
Hart has more
time
interesting
to do more
character
matches.
development. Very much so. Very much
Yeah.
so.
I mean, her entrance was good. Her outfit was good. Her hype was good. She just, I don't know if she was nervous about coming back or it just wasn't the most high flying, entertaining match. Let's put it that way. Until you put in all those extra parts. But
Well,
you know what?
This wasn't a lot. That's really all I had to say. On
Yeah,
that.
exactly. So after that, we have a little promo for All In when they're talking about Omega and Okada. And then you have the CEO flashbacks about her year. Okay, all right, whatever. And then you have the FTR breakdown with the checks. Great moment there. But the next big fight we have is the Casino Gauntlet with
Can we go
three-way.
back to the? Sorry, can we go back
Go
to the
ahead.
Mercedes Moné thing?
Yeah,
I love that
the
dress she was
flashbacks.
wearing, by the way.
So the fans in Asheville liked her, and did we? So we're promoting Sundays. What is it? Wrestle Kingdom? Which show is it? It's not Wrestle Kingdom.
It's Wrestle Dynasty.
Wrestle Dynasty. Why is it not Wrestle Kingdom?
Why is it not Wrestle Kingdom?
Yeah. I thought Wrestle Kingdom was always the first weekend of.
I'll be honest with you. I don't watch New Japan, so
No? Okay. If
You're
anybody in
looking
the
at
chat
us in the
knows,
wrong
please
person.
fill us in or fill me in. I don't understand why it's now Wrestle Dynasty, which sounds very much alike to AEW Dynasty, which is coming up. I don't know.
maybe
it's
because it's but Wrestle Dynasty, was that always a thing in New Japan, or is that new?
No, it was always Wrestle Kingdom is always like the January 4th and 5th of
But
the
it
year.
just Wrestle Kingdom usually comes first. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Oh,
now
I
I've
don't
never heard of Wrestle Dynasty. The first time I heard Dynasty in a wrestling event was when Tony Khan put it in AEW Dynasty last year. So that's why I was confused. But she's fighting what's her name? Mina Mellons? What's her name?
I'm not going to pull a cactus, Katie.
No.
Mina Shirakawa? Mina Mellons.
I think Shirakawa was supposed to.
Yeah.
For the Rev Pro title.
Yes, coming up, I believe. Is that an all-in?
It's on Sunday. No, that's Sunday.
No, this Sunday. This Sunday?
Yeah. This Sunday.
Where?
Shirakawa.
In Japan.
Wow. So she probably won't be there on Sunday or on Saturday then.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that's okay. I saw her last Saturday.
If
Well,
she is, that'd
speaking-
be insane.
Jeff Jarrett's going to beat Chris Jericho.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let me just throw this little clip for our CEO because everybody loves the CEO. Hold on.
Mercedes Moné, the CEO, the TBS champion, and her challenger, Chris Statlander. At far side is given the power of Statlander is giving her the edge with the champion in her grip. And Mercedes backstabber. She likes that meaty. A stab. Deadlift of Mercedes. Chris Statlander. Mercedes. Oh, goes at the
Damn.
Excalibur is so trash. I'm sorry.
That was from World's End last Saturday. We did not get enough CEO this time, so no match, but that was just our clips. What do you have to say about that, Mr. Cool Daddy?
I'm sorry. Was Mercedes in any of part of those clips? I wouldn't know because it's not like Excalibur was like Mercedes. Like, what is he, a car salesman? Are you kidding me?
Wait. I had to sit next to Mr. Chris Harris the entire pay-per-view while this match was going on. I literally was ready to put ice down his back. Okay? He was like, Sasha Banks! That's her name, Sasha Banks! I'm like, oh my god.
Sasha Banks. Not you dead naming.
Yeah.
Nah.
CEO. But you know what? After seeing her at World's End, and that was a great fight at World's End. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a little more respect for her. I have a little more respect for her after that match because that was hard.
She's recently Mercedes. She's been trying to remind people who she is. This entire segment of her was basically just a self glaze. She was like, "Happy New Year, by the way. This was my 2024. Your goats could never. I'm the greatest. Goodbye." That was basically what this is, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that's.
And she's put together some good momentum. Her last few matches have been good. Because I know that
the World's End match was very good for her. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Who's if not Chris Statlander, if not if not Britt Baker, who's taking that TBS title off of her? Maybe they circle back to Willow. I don't know, but I guess we'll see.
There's nobody there. Camille
Willow would be the only one I can imagine.
Camille.
This isn't a political show, but Camille kind of shot herself in the foot with her. With her antics online. I think
Camille would have been the best person in ring. The only other person in ring that can hold a candle to Mercedes maybe is Deonna Purrazzo on that roster.
What about Serena Deeb?
No,
Serena Deeb ain't putting no butts in no seats in 2025. Come on,
I'm just talking about in ring, but
I hear you, but like Serena, nobody's looking for Serena Deeb. Like, come on now.
Not checking. That's
nobody's checking for Serena Deeb. Sorry,
right.
Serena.
If she's not going to be on the show, does it count? I guess not.
Yeah, that's.
She got paid so much money. I had carpet out for.
They have way too much money invested in that woman, but whatever.
We don't know how much she gets paid, man. It's a private company.
Oh,
I ain't counting no black ones.
In ring the whole time. It's been the story and character portion that was the low point of her year. But she's getting people behind her. Like people are turning around, and it's tough because she's supposed to be the heel, but like you can't deny the talent. Like, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
She's still one of the best.
Oh, Shay, which one? which Camille post? There were many.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this to be critical of Mercedes. We all knew she was the world's one of the best in the world as far as wrestling. Mm-hmm. She just always gets injury prone or injury. She's so injury
small.
And
she's so small.
It's a real shame because really she should be in WWE. And if she was in WWE, she'd be top 10. She wouldn't crack top 5.
I agree.
If everybody is on the that's on the roster is active, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Rhea, Bianca, Sasha's not cracking that top 5. And that's why I think Sasha didn't go back to WWE.
The thing is,
like, you ain't gonna Sheamus me and feed me to some up and comer like Ludwig Kaiser. You see what they're doing?
Sasha has been on the roster with all of those people and been the top person.
She has, but that was 10.
She's done that.
Was almost 8 years ago. Sheriff,
can you imagine?
8 years ago. She main evented WrestleMania. What was that? 2 years ago?
She did, and she is a wonderful female representation for pro wrestling. Okay.
Yeah, she's already, Sasha's kind of already proven herself, right? The only thing really unproven, kind of, is Mercedes Moné. What Sasha did in WWE is cut and dry. That's done. She did what she did. Basically, Mercedes is she's trying to basically build something new and do something new. It's just herself, right?
I'm not saying that she has to prove herself. What I'm saying is, pound for pound, if you're looking for quality matches with the best in the world. That's not happening in AEW. That's happening in WWE.
I think she jumped
Quality
to
matches with
AEW. She jumped to AEW to be the best on the roster.
She wanted to be the big fish in the small pond. Absolutely.
Did. And that's why she did it. And I'm not saying that's not smart. It was smart. But she's not going to get the same respect as she would if she was at WWE.
I gotta say this. There's no possible way y'all think that the better matches are happening in WWE.
Oh, without a doubt. Wait till Charlotte comes back. Wait till
I'm a Charlotte. No, and that's another thing too. Y'all be hating on Charlotte too.
No, she's the best.
They're like, oh, she's pushed too hard.
She's coming back.
I'm like, yeah, well, when you're the best, that's what's supposed to happen. But
Becky, Bayley. I feel like Bayley's dropped a few, but she's not trying her hardest. I feel like Bayley's good. She's
all right, guys.
Yes.
Well, you know what? Let's run a commercial real quick, and we'll be right back.
Why does Triple H always got to put his ass over? Did you see the Raw unveil?
Yeah.
The new logo?
I love it.
Did you got Triple H showing himself in the limo to come out to unveil it? Because it got to be Triple H. He always got to find screen time.
Who else is it going to be? Who's the face of WWE? Exactly.
Cody Rhodes is the face, but it shouldn't be Cody Rhodes.
He's a pile driver. He's done.
How do I know it was a pile driver? Do you know how I know it was a pile driver? Oh, because I had to watch it on off of TV because it got off of TV. And right after Kevin Owens pile driver Cody Rhodes, guess who comes out again for more screen time? Triple H. Triple H says I gotta get more screen time. Triple H, look. I'll give you an inside look on the backstage meeting. This is the backstage meeting. Triple H says, all right, what we got? Crap. Oh, this the one. You see this? It got more me. He said, hey, Kevin Dunn, you're fired. Hey, you're the new producer. What do you have for me? He said, well, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we'll show people walking from their locker room to the gorilla area. Why? Because you're sitting right there. We can show a shot of your bald head. That's what this production needs. It needs more me. The signature at the beginning. Yeah. Him, now, forever. Did you hear Vince saying in his old promos when he's down the No, but Triple H still got to put his voice in there, don't it? Why? Because the show needed more me. Did you see the commercial for Raw? Did you see the commercial for Raw going to Netflix? Yeah. They show all these wrestlers. Who was the ending shot? Do you know who the ending shot was? It was Triple H's ass. That's right. Why? Because it needed more me. Last thing I'll say. Every time they announce where they're going to Indianapolis for a Rumble. We're going to Las Vegas for WrestleMania. Triple H asked me, are you ready? Yeah, I was ready, Triple H. I knew it was about to be an announcement. And you know what this announcement needed? It needed more me. That's Triple H. That's the game. He knows how to play it. It's in his song. He's telling you a spoiler right there. It's all about the game and how you play it. People must not be liking the Randy Orton Kevin Owens storyline. I know what this needs. It needs more me. The game in the middle of the ring or in the studio or the signature or gorilla. Come on.
This is Aubrey Edwards, and you are listening to The Unpopular Review, the show for intelligent wrestling fans.
Oh my God. Wow, we got.
Unfortunately, Chris, you committed the mortal sin of criticizing Triple H. For that, we will have your head.
We got Aubrey Edwards money? Wow. That's impressive. Wow. I'm impressed. Hey, everybody, watching Unpopular Review. This is the AEW review show every Wednesday night. These ladies above me. I'm just here as a guest.
He is. He is our friend this week.
I'm the friend. It's AEW women, all elite women and friends. See what they did there? All elite women, AEW.
This is our own friend.
I'm the friend. So if you're new here to Unpopular Review, please make sure you like.
Well, subscribe, and check out our Patreon.
That's right.
But our next match is the triple threat with Swerve Strickland, Jay White, and Roderick Strong. I'm so glad to see Swerve back in the match. He is actually back in the ring for once, and I think he's about to enter an upswing. He was down in the basement where Tony Khan likes to put his big hitters, and then now he's starting to bring him back up. And so I think this is going to be very interesting going forward for him. What do you guys think about this match?
I guess I'll go.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Swerve, well, it's not exactly the basement. He's been on every show. He hasn't been wrestling though. He's been
losing. He's been losing.
Yeah. That and also, I mean, he hasn't really been wrestling actually. He's been doing like promos and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that well, first of all, Jay White won this match, which I'm glad to see. I actually would like to see Jay White get a run with the title. I think it's going to be a bit before that happens. I think there's some people ahead of him in line, so to speak. As much as I was looking forward to this match, because this was probably the match that I was most excited for, maybe next to the main event, what I did not expect was Ricochet came out with some scissors.
Oh, in some dapper clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned.
Yeah, and I don't know what Swerve did to him. Well, I do know what Swerve did to him.
How dare he?
That's another mortal sin. Off with your head. How dare you attack Prince Nana? That's crazy. But it's like Ricochet, he crashed out. He came with these golden scissors and he like basically stabbed Swerve in the head and like, caused him to bleed. And then he, I guess, kept like stabbing him with the scissors and beating him up. And then he like took a chair to Prince Nana, took him out. Ricochet crashed out. I was like, he was like, oh, who's corny now? Like type shit. It's like, okay.
Nope, you're still corny.
It would have been
it's like really... nothing has changed, but I actually really like the heel Ricochet that they've been leaning into. I actually really
I think it's going to do well for him.
I'm not going to say of course not, because God forbid you're happy about anything. Anyways, I like the way that they're doing stuff with Ricochet.
I like the edge that he showed tonight. I feel like for the first time since he left the WWE, it's like, all right, this is a different version of Ricochet.
He's a great heel. Yeah.
I've never seen him as a heel, but this was good. I don't understand the scissors. Like, what is he, a tailor? Is he
a barber? Maybe
a barber? Is he Brutus the barber? I don't understand. He's showing up with these golden scissors.
A barber with no hair.
Takes it out on Swerve and Prince Nana there. But we'll see what this develops into.
What?
I'm kind of, and I love Swerve. He's one of my.
I know, I do too. I feel bad
he's
for him.
My boyfriend's favorite wrestler as well. But sorry, I kind of enjoyed the Ricochet.
Which wrestling god did Swerve piss off? Like the last guy he fought lit his house on fire.
Yes,
and now you have this guy, like took scissors to his forehead and like
gave
left
him a
him all
lobotomy.
bloody. Yeah, like what did Swerve?
He's got the Drake effect. Like your all of your enemies just go scorched earth and just crash the fuck out on you. They don't hold anything back. I don't know.
Like, how do you go from like the pay-per-view where he's like, "Yo, you trash, you're doo-doo. That's why I'm gonna have everybody throw some toilet paper at you." Like, you went from getting
4 days
toilet
ago
paper thrown at you to fuck this. I'm committing a serious crime. Let's go for manslaughter. Like,
make it big. Happy New Year!
To be fair, Swerve did have a conversation with Hangman's baby. So.
At what point, like when
what
like,
you got my back, buddy? If I go do this, like
Ricochet's got all this toilet paper flying towards him, and you see him like looking in the ground. Do you think like at that point he was like, "Bitch, I'm gonna stab you on Wednesday night. Like, fuck you."
Legit.
What was he thinking?
He's like, it's like school shooter vibes. He's like, I'm bringing a scissors to work tomorrow.
Oh my god!
don't come to work tomorrow. I'm bringing the scissors. Like,
do you think like he probably went home after the pay-per-view and was like complaining to Samantha? We're like, I'm sick and tired of all these guys making fun of me. This is some bullshit. And she's like, stab a bitch, Ricochet. Stop, man up and stab a bitch. How about that?
Stab a bitch. Shay is right. Technically, Swerve did pick at him first. I guess you fuck around, you find out.
Yeah.
And I agree. This is his best work in terms of character work. I mean, we've seen what Ricochet can do in the ring. Obviously, he's older now. He's a bit slowed down, but I've never seen him like, I guess.
No, that's a good point, Sheriff. But you can't like turn up heel like to this level of anger and then still be doing that flippy shit. Like, he's got to change his whole fucking in-ring persona now.
I'm so mad at you. I'm about to backflip.
Right. He can't be doing that. He can't be doing that like what was it with Ospreay? His Ospreay like flips and shit. He can't do that now.
Well, hold on 1 second.
Ricochet. Ricochet, but back elbow to the top. Shooting star press rain.
Like, look at this. He looks like a bum. He can't do this. Now he's got to come out here looking like Steve Austin now. He's just, that's it. That's got to be the new Ricochet.
Yeah, with scissors. Gold ones, no less.
It's just always with scissors.
Oh, man. All right. Well, moving. Yeah.
Whoa.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God.
Well,
oh my God.
I'm going to quickly touch base here on the very disappointing, non-surprise Jeff Jarrett bullshit that we had tonight of him not retiring. Dude,
Oh, I saw this a mile.
Take your wrinkly balls, sit on the couch, let her lick your toes, and get the hell off of the screen. That's my opinion.
And listen, a lot of people I know, they kill me for this. I never, nor do I give a shit about Jeff Jarrett.
Right.
I will say the promo itself was well written. Well done, Jeff. And he even had his wife do a segment
Jeff,
with him.
come on. No, it wasn't. Sure.
It was a well-written
Sure.
promo.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Hold
lie.
on a second. How do you, if it was a well-written promo, make this make sense? He builds up at World's End. You know, I think this is it. I got a special announcement. I think this is it. Then you cut to tonight. Karen Jarrett, here, baby. I know you've been thinking about this. Here are your boots. And they big up. I turned on to Max, and I'm like, oh shit, TNA is on Max? Because Sanjay Dutt was there, and Jeff Jarrett, and Jay Lethal was there, and Karen Jarrett. I said, oh shit, I'm watching TNA on Max. No. He gets to the ring, and he's like,
I'm not fucking leaving.
Psych, I'm not leaving. I signed a new contract, bitches. Like, what? What? Why with all this? Why did you do all this?
The retirement swerve. It's a retirement swerve.
But not like this. Like, you didn't get over. Like, he's like, psych, everybody, I signed a new contract.
Here's the thing, actually. This has shocked me and surprised me a lot. With the AEW fans, I don't know how it would be if he was in a different promotion. Jeff Jarrett was and is actually kind of over with the fans. Like I said, I never gave a shit about Jeff Jarrett. I don't want to see Jeff Jarrett because he's old and like, what can you really do with him? I'm not being ageist. I just mean it's kind of a waste to invest in someone who's, unless you're Sting, who's a freak of nature. He was doing so well at his age. That's a little bit different, right? What can you really do with Jeff Jarrett?
There are a few.
Yeah, he pulled a Mark Henry. Exactly, George.
There are a few people who can still wrestle at that age. Yes, but Jeff Jarrett ain't one of them. He needs to just go home with his gold digger wife and take the blue pill and end the night. Okay?
You can't compare.
Practice Katie has spoken.
I can't stand him.
You can't compare the Mark Henry retirement speech because he gets over on everybody, including John Cena, and he devastates John Cena. He squashes.
Did you think that Jeff Jarrett was actually retiring?
No, I saw this a mile away that it wasn't gonna. Yeah. But to me, it makes no sense to be like, I'm bigging up my retirement. And then say, psych, I signed a new contract. Like, no, like if they would have just done the same thing where he I thought that they were going to fake his retirement and then have somebody like Moxley come out
and take him out
to fuck him up and get like cheap heat because they were in North Carolina and he's from the South. And if they were like, oh, no, you don't get to retire this way. You get to retire this way.
Like they did to Bryan Danielson, basically.
Right. Like that would have been better.
Yeah.
But, I think basically, I don't know how that's going to play out, but basically he's saying I re-signed and I'm
coming for the title.
To go for the, he said, I'm trying to go for because he said, I want to get gold, right? I said, bro, if you want if you want a trios title with the Acclaimed, just say that, right? But then he's like, no. I know that's probably what you're thinking. I'm going to try to actually do what I need to do. I'm going to try to become the world champion. I might fail. I might, I might do this, do that, but the only reason I'm not retiring is because I'm going to try to win the world title. And if I can't win the world title, then it is what it is. And I'm like, or you can just retire
But no, but
and leave us in peace. But I guess we'll see.
do we think that he's really got a shot to win this thing? I would.
No.
I would.
Oh well,
love it.
actually, unfortunately,
love it.
maybe.
I would love it. It would be the most WCW right before Vince buys it thing for AEW to do.
Wait, but didn't in WCW what is it? Vince Russo win the world title?
Yes, that's
when
right.
Tony Khan wins the AEW world title, that's when I'll accept the
it's coming.
WCW comparison.
Oh
Because
my
you guys are not going to want to hear it, but AEW blew WCW out the water a long time ago.
When Tony Khan was 13 years old?
No, I'm talking about in terms of how much money they've been able to amass. Like, it's not even close.
Well, all right. Well, we've talked way too long on that subject. Next, we have the shortest match in the entire world, where we have Hobbs versus John Cruz and another local talent that just is a charity event, apparently.
One guy looked like AEW. He looked like Shawn Michaels, not Shawn Michaels. He looked like John.
Lasted less than 2 minutes.
The other one looked like
it was a
AEW Sami Zayn.
Yeah, it lasted less than 2 minutes. It's not worth talking about. We have way
it was a squash match. But before that, there was a promo with Hook, but he just said that he's coming for Christian Cage. They announced their match at Dynamite Maximum Carnage, so they'll be facing each other at the next one.
Well,
what was that on? Like, that didn't look like New York. That looked like a fake stoop to me. What did you feel?
Oh yeah, when he was on the steps. Yeah.
That looked.
I was like, what is this green screen work?
Right. It looks so fake. I'm like, bro, New York don't even look that clean. Like, stop. That's the toilet. Hook's future.
I wouldn't even consider that the potty break, because you would have had to literally ran, squat, pee, wipe, and ran back before they even went to commercial. The commercial breaks are longer than that match.
Well, if anyone's going to get a squash match, is Hobbs. Hobbs is indeed a powerhouse. So
Didn't they try this like 3 years ago and then they didn't do anything with Hobbs? Like, what are we? This is like his fifth.
Try what?
His fifth push.
It's squash match.
Hobbs. No, like Hobbs is like they're. Here's my question.
Wait, I think he teamed with what was it, Ospreay? Because I remember he actually got hurt and then he came back for a while, but. I would like to see him get a real push. They've started and stopped with him a lot.
Fake news. It's not happening. The real question now is, who are they building Hobbs to feed to? I think it's Moxley. Who y'all think? They're building up Hobbs. I see it, but they're gonna probably most likely they're gonna feed Hobbs after they build him up. They're gonna feed him to somebody. The question is, who are they feeding him to?
The CEO, of course.
CEO. Makes sense.
I don't know. But you know what, guys? We are coming up to the main event. So let's just grab a commercial real quick and we'll be right back.
And I want to talk about who are the top 5 NXT superstars that you see in 2025 being called up to the main roster and doing some big business. Let's start with number 5. Who you got?
Cora Jade.
Cora Jade
has been a staple in the women's division for a little while now. She's great on the microphone. Decent in the ring. It's time for her to move up and give that Raw women's division the shot in the arm that it needs. I'm going Cora Jade as my number 5.
That's a good pick. I feel like that would be a pick that everybody, like a lot of people, would pick Cora Jade on their top 5. My number 5 is Jada Parker. Jada Parker in Q4 of 2024 has leveled up to top 5 status, in my opinion. She has shown a side of herself. I've seen some people on the internet call her ratchet. I love it. And it is definitely something that is missing on the main roster that needs to be showcased. So that's why Jada Parker is number 5. I think she's going to do big business in the main roster because you see, who else on the main roster is ratchet like her? Who?
I don't necessarily think she's ratchet, but I also don't see her going up to the main roster next year. I think she needs some more time in NXT. The year after, yes. But I think Jada Parker is going to be one of the biggest stars ever to come out of NXT.
Hey, this is Matthew Brittle, the King of Bros, and you're listening to Unpopular Review.
All right, guys. It is time for the main event. And I want to see if our friend Mad Dog would like to join.
Where's our Mad Dog?
Hi guys, there we go.
All right.
Wrapping a different kind of hat this week because one of my favorite all-time greats is starting his retirement tour on next Monday. I'll have more on that on my new segment a little bit later. So I'm excited to wear his hat tonight. Yeah.
All right.
See me even though I'm here. I am here. So
Even Steve wore an AEW hat. Come on.
I know.
I mean, look, this man's retiring. They dropped the whole thing. I tried to buy it this morning. It's sold out. They'll
Where's your
restock
Jeff Jarrett
when
hat?
they do.
I was gonna say, well, he switched it out.
I
with
don't
Jeff
have
Jarrett.
one yet, but I did order one earlier. I ordered a T-shirt, so it should come in with 3 weeks because that's how long they take. It takes 3 weeks to get AEW shirts. Takes
All right,
about
guys.
2
So
weeks for WWE.
Mad Dog, we have the main event tonight. Do you think that this is a charity hit with the rated FTR and the Death Riders? I mean, I don't know about this one.
A charity
Right. So
A charity event for FTR.
Right. So here's what I know. FTR wanted to do something big in their hometown. And honestly, with all the stuff with the hurricane, I heard they've been working on the ground tirelessly. Multiple sources have been saying they've been there, since the hurricane. They have not been within AEW that much, and that's why they haven't been around. Right. So this is their first big time back. And of course, they're going to team up with Copeland because he just came back at World's End actually on my birthday. I called that. I told everybody he's going to be there, and he was. I was right. Anyway, I get bonus points for that.
Good job,
but this. Thank you. But like I said, though, this match, yeah, I mean, it was okay. I mean, honestly, it's setting up Copeland and Moxley. That's all this is going to do. And do I really want to see that? Not really. I told you guys in the group chat, I don't want to see an old dude versus Moxley. I'd rather see a younger dude like Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, Will Hobbs, even fight John Moxley, not
Orange
old dude Copeland. So
okay,
I don't know. I just don't know how the Death Riders could lost to them. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, it's because I think that they fully intend on continuing to push. I was going to say Adam Copeland. I guess it's Cope. I think they intend to push Cope as the Great Hope, and he will. I think they're going to have him as a main event player because he did have a lot of momentum before he went down with his injury. I do think that they're going to have him face.
Literally went down with his injury. From the top of the cage.
Oh yeah, because he jumped off the cage. Yeah, which he was like, "Why did I even do that?" He's like, "It's so stupid." Like
it was stupid.
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, it didn't even need it. But I get, he was having fun. He was having time in his life. But you're not 26 anymore. I don't know what to tell you.
Exactly. Because AEW is full of old farts. But you know what? Rated FTR. Go ahead.
Mad Dog said that FTR has been on the ground helping out with the hurricane response, and that's why they've been missing on TV recently. Has Asheville, North Carolina had a hurricane for the last 5 years?
No, but
because I haven't seen FTR do one thing of importance on AEW television in 5 years?
Yeah,
so I'm just asking.
I will say they came back. They came back on the night that the hurricane hit. That's when they made their comeback.
Oh, so it's their fault. If they would have stayed in Asheville, the hurricane would have never hit.
Well, no, it's because nobody could get to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And so they're like, oh, let's pull the dust off of these guys because they're from Asheville. And they just started running with it. Some PR junkie came up with that. I don't know.
I think the FTR wanted to work the show because it was in North Carolina and because of the hurricane. Right. I think that that's really all that happened. I don't think it's rocket science.
I think that they wanted to work more shows, but they the Bucks shit on them.
Yeah, well,
now the Bucks are missing. So
Right.
We'll see.
Exactly.
Man, I miss them so much. They are my favorite. I'm telling you, those Young Bucks,
They're
man, they
good
are
friends.
great.
Those
Best tag
comebacks
team in
are all
AEW,
in.
by the way.
Actually,
He'll be back.
in his earlier promo on the show, Copeland basically said the reason I came back to help against the Death Riders is because they are, I guess, antagonizing my friends, being FTR. And he also mentioned Darby Allin as being one of his friends, which I think was not a mistake. I think they plan to do something with them.
Can I ask, do you think like Wheeler Yuta feels bad at the fact that like he's the most out of shape person in the ring tonight?
Wait, you think he's more out of shape than Moxley? I'm surprised because
Yes.
you're like a Moxley anti.
I can't stand that fucking guy, Moxley.
Yeah, and you're like, how did
He is such a bum. Like he thinks he's like, this is the reason why Brock was like, no, we're not doing weapons at WrestleMania. Like, we're not doing a sync. We're not doing this. Like, he's an idiot. He looks like an idiot. Like, the fact that I will say this day after day, the fact that Renee lets him inside her is amazing. Just baffling to me. Baffling.
I see memes about that Brock thing all the time, and it's like, oh, Brock didn't want to do any of my ideas, and then it's like, well, these are the ideas.
These are the ideas. You were watching it,
and it's just like him pouring blood with like barbed wire around his face, and it's like, yeah, Brock didn't want to do that.
Like, I'll give him credit. Like, he's put over Marina Shafir in a better way than anybody's ever done. Okay, kudos.
You mean his little slave?
Yeah, Claudio. I don't know what what is it? All their beef. Anybody here know what the beef is? They hate AEW. He hates AEW so much that he put the title in a briefcase and no one can see it.
Yeah, which y'all are like, oh, the title's not in a briefcase. I'm like, it very clearly is. And actually, during his promo, when he would refer to the title, he like motioned to the briefcase. I'm like, bro, just open the briefcase.
I guarantee you that the belt is not in the briefcase because knowing how much of a hobo John Moxley is, he probably sold it. He probably sold the AEW title.
He's got a daughter to feed. Oh, by the way, we skipped it. MJF did a promo.
Oh, that's right. MJF did a promo from the boiler room. He was in the basement.
No one has because Mercedes has
she has the whole locker room.
Every single one. The other ones she uses
and glamour.
Like a Peloton behind him. Like he's like very angry with Moxley. He wants Moxley. He's because like, I just want the title.
Yeah, and he blamed initially Adam Cole for making him lose the title. So now technically Adam Cole's the reason, but he's like the Better Than You Baby chapter of his life is over. He beat Adam Cole. Adam Cole needed all his friends to jump him because he couldn't win. That's fine. He said that he's coming now for the world title. One thing I actually liked or that I like recently with AEW, which is kind of a bit of like a old school booking tactic, is that all of the major players, if you're not actively like in a blood feud, you're talking about the world title or you're trying to go for the world title. Because in reality, what else is there to wrestle for, right? And so not all of them are going to win it, unfortunately, but all of them have that goal in mind, which I think elevates the title a bit. And also elevates the person holding it. But
I mean, MJF will eventually get it again, I feel like.
Yep.
He for sure will get it again, not because he's already got a tattoo branded with AEW on his body, but for the fact that they don't have really anyone at that same level to compete for it. So, I don't know. But you know what, guys? Let's hit the news real quick, and then we will jump to the very quick summary of the pay-per-view.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hello.
Where's our mad dog?
What happened? There I am. Hello. Okay. Hi. Well, I've been here, but hi guys again. Happy New Year, everybody. Here we go. A lot's going on with this guy right here. I'm telling you, man, I'm so excited for all this. Right. So the first thing I got here is plans might change, and plans are going to change because everything's changing right now because of one other person. I'm going to say his name in a second here. is involved but not involved, but can be involved in a second. So let me tell you what's going on. So the plan is right now, and no, I don't even know. John Cena, this guy up here, right, the hat, he's going to supposedly wrestle Cody Rhodes. Now, I don't know if they're going to give this man the belt or not. Who knows? They might want to do it. They might not. I don't know. WrestleMania. But there's one factor that might not be set in stone, and that is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, apparently, The Rock, I have this in my notes here. I'm just going off what I know from the whole story because this thing's crazy, man. It's crazy story. I'm watching YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, all day, all week too. The Rock, right, apparently has the reshoots for the new Moana live action movie. So now he might not be able to do WrestleMania. But now, the report came out today saying if Dwayne wants to do it, they're going to write him in. So now, I don't know. I don't know if The Rock's going to show up. Will it be Rock, Cody, Cena? Will it be Cody versus Cena at Mania? Will it be, Roman versus CM Punk? I've heard that's on the table too somewhere. I don't know how that's going to make sense, but they'll do it. I don't know. We know there's a huge show next week. Cena had merchandise sell out today on the website. They released stuff. I guess Dodger Stadium, I guess it's going to be at, I guess, next week. And they were all Dodgers with all Cena. It was all, it's more blue than my hat here. But, I don't know where this is going to go. But this is Royal Rumble season. And I'm so excited because I saw the leaks and I don't care. Like Mike said. Like Mike said the other day on his show, I don't care about the leaks. All I know is from these reports, this is all going to change. There's no set in stone on, if it's going to be Cody and Cena, if it's going to be The Rock and Cody, who knows? But I'm so excited for it. Right. The other thing I do have here is we were speaking a little bit about Mercedes Moné, right? I was talking so she did a podcast, I'm not going to say which one, but she did an interview. And the interviewer asked her, do you have creative control? And she actually said, no, I just have the freedom to do some storylines within creative. I don't have full creative control. Now, take that as you guys will, but that's what she said to that interviewer, and I found that very interesting. Another thing I did want to bring up here, another report does say, and it's very interesting, that this Netflix era WWE wants to go away from what's it called? These scripted promos, these scripted storylines, and just go kind of just, raw and natural. I believe last week or this week's, I think it was this week's CM Punk. I think it was Seth Rollins. I think it was.
It was Seth Rollins.
Yes. Confrontation was all unscripted. They all did that off the top of their heads, and they kind of want to do that more. Netflix wants that more. I guess you could say authenticity, right? You could say for the, for Raw going forward, which I'm very excited to see. Now, I just heard this today. Tony Khan did announce that Collision, which Katie's actually going to go to on Saturday, will be getting Elton John Saturday night. All right for fighting will be the theme song again after AEW came to agreement with Mr. Elton John, or Sir Elton John, as you guys can call him. Remember, he is knighted. So that's really exciting.
You killed Steve with that news, man.
Very, very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff as AEW kicks off the new year. The biggest highlight though for AEW was the Max content. Max was on tonight. I actually watched AEW on Max. It wasn't bad actually. Even though they ran over like they always do. They always run over. It was pretty cool. And it's pretty cool to see all the, content of AEW, the whole library from the beginning to now, even with Cody Rhodes being in there, they still have that up, which kind of surprised there. And the other biggest news I have today is a lot of free agents in TNA. There's a lot of free agents here. I'm going to just name a couple of them here. I believe they have Kushida, I think, is one of them. Ooh. I think Adrian Prince. I see, I said Aiden Prince. Did I not say Aiden Prince? I'm so sorry. Look, if I mess up these names, I do apologize.
It's
Okay,
all right.
I'm not big into
TNA. Nobody knows
I'm not
these
big into
guys.
TNA, Steve. I'm sorry. Okay, right. Anyway, like I said, the biggest name out of all of that, which AEW really wants, WWE really wants, is Mike Speedball Bailey. Everybody wants Mike, and I don't know. Apparently, somebody said, I don't know what the truth this is. Yeah, might have a contract with AEW going in the works. And then somebody said he might be on NXT next week. So I have no idea. But I know for a fact, though, that he is definitely up for grabs now, and everybody wants him. So we'll see where we go with that.
Thank you so much.
Speedball is very good. I've seen him live many times. He's very
Nobody's looking for Mike Speedball Bailey.
That's not true. That's not true.
AEW and WWE are in a bidding war for him. I'm not lying. This is the report. I read it today.
I'm not saying you're lying.
I read it today.
They're looking for they're looking for Mike Speedball Bailey like Triple H is looking for less airtime. Come on, let's be real. Like, there would be so many guys ahead of Mike Speedball Bailey that Triple H would want to sign. Moose.
So you think AEW wants him then? Because
without a
AEW
doubt,
Speedball better than Moose. I'm dragging
Mike
it.
Speedball Bailey makes perfect sense for AEW. He can fight in the cruiserweight division with Wheeler Yuta and
he's not a
Jay
cruiserweight though.
Yes, he is. Look at him. He looks like he's 110 pounds wet.
He's like, I've seen him remember, like he's a tall guy.
You've seen him? What is he, like a tall one? Like he's just a spaghetti?
You know how
Ron Jordan Grace. Yeah, you know, I have that in here too. Actually, she is also going to be a free agent. That's right. And after her contract expires, she might be signed to WWE. And
see, Jordan Grace is number one. Jordan Grace is number one.
Yeah.
What's his name? Who's the guy I hate? EC. I can't read your lips. What's the guy?
Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry. Thank you.
Why did I know you were talking about Joe
He's
Hendry
number
with no
two.
Context?
He's number two.
I just knew.
No, I guess you don't believe, do you?
Mike Speedball Bailey is like number.
I don't believe in Joe Hendry either. I'll be right. I'm a Joe Hendry.
I'm a firm believer of him.
He's an entrance.
Say his name right now. If he doesn't appear, then you've been forsaken.
Exactly.
I'm not going to appear. I would need a lot of money to make him appear. An appearance, I heard, is like $5,000.
I also heard. Apparently Logan Paul wanted to face Cena, but Triple H was like, no.
Logan Paul is funny because this man said, "I'm going into retirement. I'm coming out of retirement." So
called it Jeff Jarrett.
You know,
welcome to
Jeff Jarrett do us. It's
I
different. Logan Paul said, "I have a kid," and then all of a sudden he said, "Oh, yeah, I'm coming back to fight."
As if wrestlers don't have children. Like, what are you talking about, Logan?
I can see Cena winning the Royal Rumble. I can see Cody beating him at WrestleMania.
I thought y'all didn't want to see old people. What happened?
I don't want to see old people, but this man is a legend. He's a living legend.
So is Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett is not John Cena.
You see the switch up with the E-Man. This is why I just be like, okay.
All right.
I got it, man.
16 belts.
All right, Council.
Then
Let's take a very quick little preview or post view of our pay-per-view that we had on Saturday. And then we'll just end the night with a little bit of talk about what we thought about it. All right, we'll be right back.
I was going to make it big. Happy New Year! You want to MJF the year! MJF that must arise! Yes! Landing on his knees!
It's fucking Excalibur.
Spray got caught and Fletcher another. Prepared for it, but spin! Fletcher Ricochet, very hard. Ricochet, but Okada, Okada to the top. Shooting star, Brad
Okada, Ricochet.
That's all I got. But
Kyle Fletcher.
That was a few little clips from the pay-per-view from Orlando this last Saturday. I was there. A whole bunch of people from the channel were there. But you know what? I want to know, Sheriff, what did you think about this?
Well, the thing is, I actually thought that the show on paper was a little bit weak. But the thing about AEW is that we've come to know is that they deliver with pay-per-views, even with like weak on paper. Because if they want your $50, they're gonna give you a show. And they did that. I actually really enjoyed it, even matches I didn't particularly care about. Bro, get that off the screen.
No, keep it.
Yeah.
That's the real title. It's not wrong.
Yes, it is very wrong, but regardless, yeah, that's what I thought. I like the pay-per-view. I thought the main event, the Fatal 4-Way, there was a lot going on, but then again, it was 4 of them in the ring. That was a little bit busy, but yeah.
I being there, I think they put out a better product viewing it on the screen than actually sitting in the stands. Unfortunately,
you thought the show came across better on screen than it did live. Usually, it's the other way around. I thought.
I know. It was.
How long were you? You were in there for quite a while. Because did you come for the pre-show as well?
No.
Okay then. Because usually, if you plan on staying for the pre-show and the after stuff, you're in there all day. You're in that arena all day.
Yeah. No, we did not. And I don't know. That was just my opinion. I thought I've been to way better shows. So
look at our and friends. Listen, are you guys excited for 52-year-old The Rock? See, that got some smiles out of you. There we go.
The Rock was the greatest heel last year. Let's be real.
The Rock was there for 2.5 seconds last year.
He made $2.5 billion.
I bought a T-shirt.
That's not what we asked. We asked who was the best heel, not who made money for the company.
The Rock. The Rock gave us a side.
You see how E-fans do? When you ask them what they like the most, they start talking about money that they don't have.
Who's the best heel? Who's the best heel?
In AEW or in WWE or overall?
You know that I don't watch the E, so it's not.
Besides The Rock, I'll give you Dominic Mysterio.
He's okay.
Okay,
he's okay. Yeah. The guy,
I thought.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Guy bagged Rhea in kayfabe. He bagged Rhea. He bagged Liv. Wasn't he the NXT champion for a bit? Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, was that last year that he was NXT champion?
Chris is saying no. He's the historian.
That wasn't last year, right?
No,
it was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
But listen, he's the people's champion.
Yeah, there you go. Because he's gotten both of them.
That's right.
And his
North American champion. NXT North American champion. And that was in 2023, not 2024.
It's an NXT championship.
I said 2 years ago.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go backstage, but I'm gonna leave y'all with this.
All right. Yeah.
now put the one from. Yeah, thank you. There you go.
There it is. All right, guys.
Before we leave out, is put some respect on Drew McIntyre. I don't watch the E, but
come on. Yes, you do. Stop lying.
I don't. You know that I don't.
Come on, it's on Netflix. You're gonna be there.
I actually don't have Netflix. Fun fact. I actually don't have Netflix.
Guys, this is an unpopular review. If you want to watch me and the Sheriff do a live watch along of WWE Raw on Netflix, type 5 in your chat.
Are y'all really gonna make me do? Listen, man, I didn't make you do a live watch along of AEW. I spared you.
Oh, you want to do
that? You only had to review. I didn't make you watch along.
We are doing a Raw watch along live next Monday for the Netflix premiere. Cactus Katie will be on that. I won't be because I'll be at one of my shoot jobs. But quite a few members.
It's Cactus Katie.
Yeah, quite a few members of Unpopular Review will be joining us for that live watch along because it's a big event on January 6th. So looking forward to it.
That's right. Are you ready?
You're looking forward to the
Triple H has got me ready.
Freaking lags. Congratulations.
Fair.
That's gonna be funny. Watching you guys react to your
Cactus
friends
Katie
going
is
in and
ready.
out.
Cactus Katie. This is every
She's
Wednesday
ready
show.
to log off.
Cactus Katie be ready, and then the sheriffs are still talking. It happens every single week. No.
Good night, everybody. Please follow along, subscribe, and you will get a notification when our channel goes live. See you guys next week. Good night.